Hey guys, this is Levgen and welcome to my educational account here on Patreon. You know, I've been tattooing over 17 years and did over 100 different tattoo conventions. And every time I got a lot of questions from you, and today I'm gonna answer to the most of them. Let's go, guys. My daily cartridges setup is 5 round liner, 5 round shader, 7 and 9 soft edge magnum. Sometimes I use 13 soft edge mag for very wide background, but it's very rare. All of my needles are 0.35mm size, most of them long taper, only 5 round shader is medium tape. On my experience, it packs color much better, more solid, and brings less trauma. My favorite brands for now are T-Tech and Cheyenne. I also really like new brands. What I found for myself, it's Big Wasp and Elite. I can also use sometimes Quadron and Bishop, but pretty rare. I mostly stick to T-Tech and Cheyenne. I've been using Cheyenne Unlimited with stroke 4.0 for last 3 years. Before I try a lot of different, but for now I stick to that machine. I usually use between 8 and 9. It's pretty difficult to say because Cheyenne doesn't have any screen where I can see number. So I use on horizon position, and what I know it's between 8 and 9. But you have to understand that voltage is not so important because on different brands, it's going to be like completely different voltage. When you move your hands in different, like faster or slower to me, it's also going to be different. When your needle flies out too far or too short, it's also going to be different. So voltage, in my opinion, this is only like one from list of different very important topics. This is only one of a lot of different options. So I use from 8 to 9, but you have to adjust and find voltage what is the best for you. I prefer size of 5 round shader 0.35 and in medium tape. I think this is the best combination, packs color pretty well and brings as less trauma as possible. I really like, and especially from T-Tech or Big Wasp. I've tried new generation of T-Tech, but I find the classic one, Generation C, is the best for me. You can say it has no membrane. Yes, that's true. It has no membrane, but compared to Generation A and B, it has less vibration. The configuration of cartridge, the shape and design is much better. It cleans much easier and it works pretty well. First time I've tried this cartridge almost 10 years ago and I'm still in love with it. I recommend to simplify your palette for background, your colors palette for background. Use maybe 3-4 different colors and that's it. Don't try to use a lot of different, and also simplify subject on a background. Don't try to show a lot of details. Then you will get like really good smooth background and good contrast with the main subject, what is much brighter and has a lot of details. I prefer in every of my tattoos, I prefer to go from dark to light. For me, it's much easier. I understand this process much better, and I know for sure that I'm not gonna make light colors dirty and will go step by step with everything. It's very important, especially when you do outline or using magnums, because with outline, I prefer to keep the cartridge a little bit more 90 degrees to the skin. When I work with magnum, I place every time 45 degrees to the skin. It's a little bit difficult to explain by theory. On my Patreon, you can find the video with shader, liner, magnum, where I really show how I place them and work with them on fake skin to show you how I use cartridges, what angle, position, moment, everything. Much easier to show it than to just describe it, but I can say what is very important, what I found very important: do not stretch skin too much. Sometimes tattoo artists stretch it too much and place very hard, so it means that they bring a lot of trauma to the skin, and when it gets healed, the healing process is pretty long, clients get scabs, and then they lose a lot of colors. Little bit less straight, just place your hand, the most important is just hold the skin a little bit, don't let it jump too much. What I can recommend, you have to learn a little bit about color theory. You have to know how to use and how to work with color wheel. Then you can understand how to mute colors using complementary colors. For example, if you would like to mute yellow color, it's very helpful when you take violet, or maybe when you take magenta. It helps you much better to mute the color. The same with, for example, red. If you would like to mute it a little bit, you have to use green or blue. On my Patreon here, I have like 2 or 3 different videos where I explain how to work with colors, how to mix them, color palette, color wheel, a lot of different things. Highly recommend you to watch it. And highly recommend you buy acrylic colors in art supply store, and try with them just on regular paper. It really works completely the same like tattoo colors, and you can see how colors changing when you mix them. So just buy 7 simple colors from any art supply, acrylic colors I mean, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, dark blue, violet, and maybe pink if you wish. Place them and also buy black and white and try to mix them. Try to take yellow, mix it with blue, mix it with violet, or mix it with red, and see the result, see how color changes, Take orange and go the same way, mix it with red or mix it with blue, then you can see result, and then you will understand how colors works and how they mix in between each other and what result you can get. From my point of view and based on my experience, I can say there's probably 2 reasons. You have to check, maybe skin is too swollen, so it's already too thick and really very difficult packed color. In this case, I recommend to maybe using gray wash, lock the rest of stencil, very, very light gray wash. Lock the rest of stencil and ask clients come to you, back to you next time. Or maybe you have to also clean cartridge, and when you're already using it for maybe like 5-6 hours and this is the end of the day, then yes, I recommend to change cartridge, take the new one, it's gonna go much, much better. When we talk about heel tattoo, there's 2 very important things. First one, when we talk about color tattoo, so it means that the color packed solid, I hope so, and most of the skin filled. So it means that skin will get dry pretty fast, and definitely at least 2 or 3 months you have to moisturize skin, maybe like once a day, because you will see that skin's getting dry very fast. The second and very important thing that you have to remember, every color tattoo pretty scared of direct sunlight. You have to use sun blocker at least with 50 filter. You can buy any one. We have right now a lot of different. You can check which one is the best for you, vegan or regular or whatever. Any organic cream, it's also good. Just remember, cover your tattoo using sun blocker with at least 50% filter. And also, one more recommendation. When you go to the beach, for example, and you want to spend a few hours under sunlight, highly recommend. If you have tattoos, cover them. Filter really helps, but the best way to cover, if you have, for example, two arm sleeves, wear any long sleeve t-shirt or maybe tees, something like that. When you have tattoo on your leg, also try to just cover it using t-shirt maybe. Yes, I dilute color during tattoo session. First thing, because my color palette is pretty limited, it's really small, around like 35 colors maybe, I really know what colors thick, what colors thin. And for thick colors, I use usually like 2-3 drops of ink solution at the beginning of the session. Because ink based on distillated water and alcohol, so it means that it's getting dry during the day. And every time when I take a break, I add maybe 1 or 2 drops of ink solution. Also, remember very important thing, especially in summertime or winter time, when we use heater or AC, air condition, your ink gets dry much faster. So remember about that, and maybe every 2 hours add maybe like a 1 drop of ink solution to make your colors, to back your colors to good condition. I do not clean it only because I use disposable grips from Shein. I really like it. You don't have to care about ultrasonic, you don't have to care about cleaning, disinfection, sterilization. So disposable grips is the best for traveling, is the best for working in the shop, because not every tattoo shop has autoclave and knows how to clean them well. So this is the reason why I use disposable grips. And also one more really good feature, that disposable grips from Shein, they have rubber on the top, so it's not slicky, it's not glide, it's pretty nice to touch and hold the machine. It's very comfortable and very safe. Tattoo is manual type of work, and explain everything in theory is almost unreal. So here on Patreon I have a lot of videos. It's already over 100 of different video materials where I explain and show how I do that. Find the best option for you, standard or full one, and become better.